Kasi loko swi twisa sweswo mixeriwa kahle wa Vision FM hi loko nghena madamela mutla eka nongonoko Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Lava khensa swinene wena mixeriwa kahle wa Vision FM la ku khoma ku kusukela kwihi kumbe kwihi la u nga kona u nga va u ri ka 88.5 megahertz 101.7 megahertz 90.0 megahertz na n'wina mi nga aka 92.8 megahertz. Lava khensa swinene man Bishop ku va mi ni siyele nkarhi sweswi haleno a Vision FM Studios Apolokwani ni mi amkela hinkwenu n'wina varhandi ni vaseketeri va nongonoko Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Kasi ni khensa swinene madambe namuntlha leswaku hi swin'we tshame kahle and pfumela leswaku swi ta famba kahle swinene. Madambe lama u ni vula leswaku ni ku tisela miyeni kuva a hi pfumali va yena ni nga si endla tano n'wina vanghana va hina aka Facebook. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I see you all. Thank you so very much. Nabona man Ellen Svuma ba hlangana Omen Mashaba ba Sylvia Nkuna Muraba nambona ba makwerhu ni khensa swinene kuva hi ri swin'we emadambyeni namuntlha eka Streams of Life on Vision FM. Friends, thank you so very much. Na n'wina mi yingisela ka audio streaming www.visionfm.co.za. khensa swinene kuva hi ri swin'we madambyeni namuntlha ni pfumela leswaku hi ta dyondza swo tala. Ma tsundzuka leswaku nongonoko Streams of Life i nongonoko lowu telaka ku tshunxa vutomi bya wena, ku endla u langutisa u vona leswaku swilo swa endleka na ku vona leswaku hayi u nga swi kota na wena ku endla ku hambana evuton'wini bya wena ni le vuton'wini bya van'wana vanhu. Khensa swinene kuva hi ri swin'we n'wina vayingiseri va kahle va Vision FM na n'wina vanghana va mina laha ka Facebook kasi na n'wina aka YouTube ni mi amukela hinkwenu hi ndlela leyo. Streams of Life on Vision FM, that's where you are at. Kasi madambe namuntlha loyi ni lava ku bula na yena i wanuna loyi ku vula ntiyiso loko ni langutise vutomi bya yena ni kumeke leswaku bya khutaza swinene hi migingiriko ya yena. Migingiriko ya yena ku vula ntiyiso yi yima yi vonaka swinene leriya ra ku loko ni n'wi langutisele kusuhi ni vone swi fanerile leswaku hi va na yena aka nongonoko Streams of Life ngopfungopfu loko hi langutisa timhaka ta nhluvukiso amakaya man tisa nhluvukiso amakaya. Wanuna loyiwani u tirhanela bindzu ra yena, bindzu leri ri nga ra ku hoxa ti-security systems laha timovheni na ku khavisa timovha. Kasi hala tlhelo wanuna loyiwani u kule a van'wamapurasi, sweswi u na mapurasi makulukumba swinene. Kambe lexi tsakisaka ku ri a nga ri na vutivi hi timhaka ta mapurasi na switsongo, kambe a nghena ka timhaka ta mapurasi a endla ku hambana lokulukumba. I thole vanhu vo tala swinene namuntlha lava va hlayisekaka. Kambe sweswo a hi swona ntsena, u teke leswi hi swi vitanaka beach. Ma vona loko hi ku ya a beachini ya khida na hinkwaswo, u teke e beach a yi tisa a xitandini amakaya. Loko u fika andhawini ya kona u nghena wa rivala leswaku ni le xitandini ku sasekile ku tshamisekile, vanhu va wisa kona, vanhu va tiphina kona. Kasi ku hundza kwalaho wanuna loyiwani mintirho ya yena ya ku pfuna swisiwana yi le henhla swinene. U sungule ku va a phamela swisiwana kusukela kwele ndzhaku leyi khumbeka swinene hi swisiwana a endla ku hambana evuton'wini bya vanhu. Ku na vanhu vo tala a va phamelaka. Loko a sungula swa vurimi, nsimu yo sungula leyi a tshoveleke ka yona, nsimu liya hinkwayo u teke ntshovelo wa yona a wu nyika swisiwana. Ni vula sweswi u ya mahlweni a nyika swakudya eka swisiwana eka miganga ya ku hambanahambana. Namuntlha u ta titwela hi wexe hikuva a ni n'wi vulavuleli a nga nhlolo, kambe ni vulavula hi mani lowu nga ri nkulukumba loyi a vitaniwaka Malisela Matthews Ledwaba, loyi namuntlha ni tshameke na yena amadambyeni lamona. Mr. Ledwaba, thobela. Le kae?
Rona le kae pastor?
Rona.
Thobela.
Re nyaka leboha kudu gore le tlile la dula le rena mamotlha. Sechangane se ya tswanyana.
Anyanyana.
Shawatani ka sechangane.
I lo saying me fukile.
Yeah, ifukile.
Ifukile.
Akenza swinene. Thank you so very much. Yes. Mr. Ledwaba, thank you so very much for coming through this evening and sit with me on Streams of Life tonight, because this program is about touching lives. It's about encouraging people. It's about helping people to navigate through somebody's life, looking at where this person comes from, what this person is doing, and more especially when your life does not only benefit you, but has a way of benefiting people around you. And that is so amazing about your life. But we would love to take a journey and know exactly what, Mr. Ledwaba, o simple ka tsela engwe ha re bolela ka wena nkare re a o sukela, so nkare dilo tše re di bolelang a se tšona, mara ntho e nkgatlang kudu ke taba ya gona o rata batho o šomisana le batho o create mediro o ba a community builder dilo tše dintši tše o di dirileng mara ke re hantšintši motho ha re mmona a tšwelela bophelong ha no tšwelela fela ku ni swin'wana leswi swi endleke leswaku a va leswi a nga xiswona. There's a family which molds and shapes that particular person, and the upbringing sometimes plays a major role. Re bolela hanyane ka your childhood, ha re bolela ka Malisela, re bolela ka mang?
Re bolela ka Matthews Malisela Ledwaba, re bolela ka moshimana wa tswang ka mo Bersat Ramaraba Mashishani, o godisitše ke the late Jane and the late Daniel Ledwaba. And ka mo gae ke na le my brother and my younger sister ba bararo ka mo gae.
Okay.
And re go tšea botse a se re go le re sokola no re godisitswe ga botse like normal like mang le mang. And yeah ke tsona tse le gore nka di bolela for now gore re godisitswe ga botse.
And then a re boleleng ka, you know, like you say, batswadi a o bolela ke a bona gore e bona ba e tsamaetse mara o gola ga botse ntho e nngwe e re lebelelang le se se langsako e ka bata ba gore motho gona o tsena sekolo dijo di gona bana ba gona o ya sekolong. And then what do you remember of your school days, and ne o lora o ba eng a nkere ga re ntse re tsena sekolo re a ibotsa gore nna ke nyako ba eng nna ke nyako ba Matthews na nyako ba eng ena?
Matthews Raola o ba ratile go ka ba a doctor.
Okay.
But ka mo go le gore Matthews o ba filwe ka ona. Matthews e bile a musician.
Okay.
And Matthews o performile di stage dramas.
Okay.
Matthews o bile a gardener. A tseba o dira di gardener a kgona go ka dira dilo tše dintši mo bophelong. And Matthews o ba gola ba sa rate go dependa go batswadi.
Okay.
E be le motho e le gore o kgona o ka humana sentenyana a reke dilo a rekiše
Okay.
gore a kgone o ka direla tšhelete ya go ja sekolong. E seng taba gore e be e se gona ka gae be e le gona be ke rata go ka re ke be independent ke sa le o monnyane.
Okay. And ke eng se se dirileng gore go be le this burning desire over independent ntšeng le xa sukumeta gore munhu a lava ku ti endlela, you know, a lava ku ti yimayima ne u vona mang a ku ri mani loyi a sukumeta kumbe loyi a khutaza such a behavior or such a thinking, kumbe a swo huma ka wehe ntsena kumbe where did it come from?
Pele gala ke re la gopola gore be re phela maphelo a mangwe o khumane le gore ba bangwe ba tswa ka malapeng le gore ke bo mistress ba bangwe ke bo matitšhere ba bangwe ke kana mokgonong so o khumane le gore bagotsi baka be e le one of those families.
Okay.
And then ge re ya dishopone be e le bona ba ba bonagalang mara gore ke tshwane le bona gore a re ke tshwanetse ke dire something mara ke a tshwanela gore ke o kgopela ka gae gore a re ke tshwanetse ke dire plan ya gore ge ba fitha ba reka di-chips le nna ke kgone go reka di-chips.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Gore motho a seke a no lela gae a nyaka gore a tshwane le bale o kry-a gore gae go na le matitšhere that's wonderful. And then a re bolele ka toro ya go ba a doctor e feleletše kae?
Ka mokgwa le gore be ke filwe ke gopola ke raloka a stage drama primary. It was in 1985. Ge ba ba sa gopolang e go na le bampitša go na le Mrs Pule nna ke le Dr Maybe ke sa dira standard 4.
Okay.
So ka fumana le gore mana ka mokgwa motho a tshwariwang ka gona ke re ba o ruta ka gona dilo tše dintšhi ka fumana le gore mara ntho e thoma go ba mo go nna ke a e rata.
Okay.
And le ge ke ya school ke tšweletše pele ntše ke rata play ya go ba doctor.
Okay.
So ntwela ya ba e le gore e thoma go build up mo go nna. And then o tse go ba doctor that means o tshwanetse o rate batho a ke re o tobereka ka batho so gore a re tshwanetse o be motho e le gore o rata batho a e kwešiša ke ka mokgwa o ebileng ka gona.
And then mafelelong o kae Dr Maisela, because gona bjano re bona Dr Maisela wa dikoloi wa dilo tše kaofela e feleletše kae?
E feleletše ka 1987 ge ke thoma o bona taba tša di o ba a musician ka bona le goreng ke na le potential ka mo musician. I can sing.
All right.
Yes, I can. Most they don't know that I can sing.
I did not know.
Yeah, I can sing. Ka bona le gore mara why ke sa tšee this line, because this is what I know.
Okay.
And I remember when I was playing with Johnny Clegg and Savuga, because my uncle was playing a bass guitar there.
Okay.
So sometimes eba khona o can keep a back vocalist le bona. Ka bona gore this is what ke bona ngare e tlankisha mafulong a mata, because be sa tshwane le gore 7 years go ya sekolong sa bo doctor ke togola neng hape e tlo jala go etele ke nyaka quick cash.
And of course,
then I be le doctor 7 years later inflation.
Gore bjana ke nana taba ile ya go rekisha kwa sekolong gore motho o tsere cash very early. O lebella go ya sekolong a re ka re. Okay, let's talk a little bit about your music career. How far did you go? What exactly happened? Like you talk of people like Johnny Clegg, having an opportunity to sing there and things like that. What can you tell us about Matthews, the musician?
The musician, I was still a student.
Oh, yes.
Then I failed, I won. But I didn't fail end of the year. I failed September. Because if you are in class, if you are a musician, you're going to think about producing track and everything. Obviously, you're not going to concentrate anymore in class.
Yes.
So after realizing this thing is going to distract my studies, then I quit.
Okay.
Then I focus on my studies.
All right.
So I didn't take long there, because even the life that the musicians are living that time, it was not good at all.
Okay.
So, and I saw that if I can fall into this industry, I will end up nowhere.
All right.
So then I decided to quit there and go back to school, do my courses now.
And then what courses did you pursue?
I did my financial management.
Okay. All right.
Of which is what I was doing at my secondary. So I was doing finance, the commercial subjects. Yes.
Okay, taba ya masheleng ya go rekisha di taba ya gore bo doctor bo tlantšela nako gore ke kry-e tšhelete. Tša music le tšona ke a di bona gore di a nšira di nke matseleng, mara dithuto le tšona di ba tša masheleng. Tell us gore go botlhokwa bjang go ba le financial knowledge. I think batho ba bangwe ka dimpho tša bona, bangwe ba na tinyiko, they can sing, bangwe they can dance, they can do all sorts of things, mara ka rungwana o koma lesoko a ko heteleleni botomi bja bona a byi nyuki ngopfu hi mhaka ya makhomele ya macheleni. How important it is for one to have financial knowledge, having done financial management?
Hey, Pastor, to know about your finances is very important, because you know how you spend your money and then how to save the money. And gore o ka tswella jwang o ka invest your money, gore lo sasa o tsebe gore na nka tswela pele jwang. So if you don't have a financial background, it's very difficult, because you just spend the money knowing that tomorrow you're going to have another money. So which is where you're going to fail. Like if what you thought is going to happen doesn't happen, that means you've already finished that money.
Oh, yes.
So if you know about the finances, you understand your expenditure, how you minimize your expenditures, because people, they just spend money without not checking their expenditure. You'll find somebody is earning 30,000 rand, but is living a life of 45,000 rand. So that means you're already in debt before you can even have your money. So I've realized that, finance is the only way that is going to help to build whatever I need to build. So that is very important even now, to know about your finances.
Yeah, you remind me of the song by a Zulu boy, Fisa wena mali eningi. Walathi yami iqumbe. Ngifuna ukudla inyama.
Yeah.
And they say, let's eat this money. We'll work some more money in the future. And I think that attitude, better, especially as Africans. Ekuba loko ni va na mali sweswi, ni lava ku va na swilo ngopfu. Timhaka ta ku saver, timhaka ta ku investa, a ti tali ku va tita. That's why maybe loko ku va month end u kuma swa ku loko mafambelo ya vanhu ma cinca, you know, you can see ku ri vanhu lava va na mali na loko va famba wa vona ku ri va nyakaza. That's why na tinsulavoya ta swi vona ku luya u na mali, you know. It's easy even to be robbed because you can show that, you know what, you are moneyed at that particular time. But studying is another thing. Let's talk about after completing your studies. What did you do? Did you go look for a job? What exactly did you start doing?
After completing my studies, I worked at Woolworths.
Okay.
And I worked at the financial department. I was working with cash.
Okay.
So I know when we're talking about cash, I know cash.
Okay.
So I've been counting for cash for Limpopo province by then, for the whole Woolworths of Limpopo. So every day I make sure that I count all the tills every day. So it was my daily job of counting cash.
Money.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. And then how will so unkgopotsa gore le meleko e gona ka gore motho o bereka ka tšhelete wa e bona every day. O ifentse bjang meleko ya gore motho o kry-a gore o tšea cash e a se ya yena ke ya organization e mara menwana e no ba e telele ya nyako tšea. How did you overcome that?
A kere ka kwa re bereka le di-camera tše dintšhi kudu.
Oh yes.
And then le letswalo la motho, letswalo la gago le tshwanetse le go botse gore nka se diretswe ge nka tšea this ba tlo nkobela this, then that means for a long term ta be ke sena mmereko. And then o ka kobiwa mmerekong o na for tšhelete utswa, that means it's not going to be easy for you to get a job. Yes.
Yeah, that's very true. And I love also Litswalo, because Litswalo, you know, whether there's a camera or there's no camera, Mara Litswalo is the biggest camera you kabang Leon or Sitwala, and then kurno le ayamina mali le aitekiwa anfaneni teka anfaneni titakisa kambe ni fanele kota ku tirha swilo kahle lava khensa ba yingiseri va Vision FM sweswiwani timinetse kwalaka makume nkaye wa timinetse ku be awara ya nhungu 19 minutes if not 18 minutes past 8 o'clock, and you are listening to Streams of Life on Vision FM. Mi le ku yingiseleni ka Streams of Life aka Vision FM. Miyeni wa mina hi yena Tate Malisela Matthews Ledwaba loyi a nga n'wamabindzu wanuna wa ku nyikela wanuna wa ku chivirika ku fikela sweswi ma swi twa leswaku ku vula ntiyiso i munhu loyi a tirheke hi macheleni a ha ri ntsongo a lava ku xavisa swi kala swi fika laha a ya ku a dyondzela timhaka ta macheleni a tirha ka tikhampani a ri karhi a tirha hi macheleni. Our friends on Facebook, thank you so very much for being with us. I see you and I appreciate you all, and I trust that you're getting something tonight, and you are free to make your comments and also to ask some questions if you would love to, so that we get the most from our guest tonight. Thank you so very much, John Mawila, Godfrey Mhlongo, thank you, Anna Asnath Ribuani Ribuwa, and then my friend Tsie Mbewe Riperile Mr. Mbewe, Wesley Malungane. Thank you so very much, family, and blessings to you. Nongonoko Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Mikarin pumela swinene leswaku mi tshame kahle naswona matiphina hi ri karhi ya amahlweni ni Nongonoko Streams of Life. Hlangana Omen Mashaba, thank you so very much. Tsila Amara Chauke a Kansas Kubet Mahlaule Rifuo Rakhwale, thank you so very much. Tutan Ribisi, thank you Papa, thank you Skubet Mahlaule. Sylvia Nkuna ha Kansas Nene Kwairisunga. Pastor Joylin, thank you. Messi Sophie Macy Sophie, thank you so very much. And then Skubet Matlaole, thank you friends on Facebook. I really appreciate Katekom Simang, thank you so very much. Fundistako Eric Malek, thank you Papa Kubairishwe and Madam Zinana Montla. Friends, we are listening to the program Streams of Life on Vision FM. I'm your host, Pastor Strike, and I have my guest, Mr. Malisela Matthews Ledwaba. Okay. Iku kun'wana laha mi nga tirha kona mi tirheka khampani leyi mi nga yi vuli ngopfu hi vito hi nga ta yi xavisa ri ra yi vulela kulu ka lina ri katla ra yi rekixa ya siripate. And then after that, having worked in that company, did you go and work somewhere else?
Yes, I worked at Gauteng Car Sound.
Oh yes.
And I was a financial bookkeeper.
Okay.
And after they realized I've got a potential, then they put me to be a stock controller.
Okay.
After seeing that I got another potential, they put me to be a manager.
Okay.
Being a manager, then I have to direct 3 branches.
Okay.
Therefore, then they gave me a 1 branch to run on my own. Then I've done that. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. And now I understand why you got into car safety, sound, and all of that. But we'll come back to that. Just now, allow me to let our listeners know kore mingserwa katlwa Vision FM. La unga kona sosileka Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. And ihunda hila leswaku ishabisa katsongo.
Eka vayingiseri vo rhandzeka va Vision FM hi mi tivisa leswaku wa vumune na sonta hi ta mi tlangela vunanga bya gospel ntsena. Mina ni vona ku inyana so. Mira dina a 1 a 2 a 3 a 4. Hina strictly gospel. Gospel music, eka Vision FM. Tengela tinsimu leti nga ta tlakusa moya wa wena. U ta kateka, u katekile. Un'wana na sonta ntsena eka Vision FM.
Susuke mingserwa katlwa Vision FM me basisile la haya ihunda ilungisa le amavengeleni. Wingisele Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. Kasi nongonoko is streams of life. Hatame kahle na mien wa hena yena tatana Malisela Ledwaba. Let's talk about the value of experience. Loko ka rutira kun'wana ha motho a shuma a kreile nako ya o shuma somewhere ntho engwe ya botlhokwa ye motho a e kreyang beside moholo ke tsebo ke exposure you know o bereka ka ditšhelete tša batho ba bangwe wa bona gore tšhelete ya gona o tsena, you know, all those things di na le o dira se sengwe mo mogopolong wa motho, like you said o berekele le mo company o berekele ka ditšhelete o bereka ka stock o bereka you end up being a branch manager. Let's talk about how that experience has positioned you to be the businessman that you are today.
Pastor, to have that experience, the intuition kudu, because I think Matthew, you need to become a stock controller. No, I don't know how to do stock controlling because I needed to know everything in the company, to be versatile in the company. So, and then they gave me that opportunity to have that. So I've been in marketing. I know marketing. I've been marketing for the company, going out door to door, doing marketing, giving flyers. From there, I went to learn counter sales from a bookkeeper. Then I started selling on the counter, doing the marketing with my financial experience. So I found that you don't have to undermine other opportunities that they give you. So everything that they say sweep the floor. Don't say, no, I'm not hired for sweeping the floor. You're gaining an experience of sweeping the floor. Even if there's nobody, then you can sweep the floor. So there's most of the things that you need to learn in the company. So even if the manager is not there, you can take the position, become a manager. But if you're going to say, I'm a technician, you'll die being a technician. But if you are willing to learn to be something in the company, then go for it and learn.
Wow. That's big. That's powerful. Because sometimes we get glued to job description. Mina ni toleriwe leswi. Mina ni tirhisa swilo swo ka ni nga hakeleriwi swona because na swi tiva ku ri leswi ni tirhelaka swona, leswi ni tirhaka swona laha hi leswi ni hakeleriwaka swona. Va ni xanisa, va ni tirhisa na leswi na leswi na leswi, and a ni hakeleriwi for all those things. So you're saying it's an opportunity for me to learn. No matter what they tell me to do, I must be able to do it. And that is not what is happening today. People, I remember there was a student who completed their PhD. You know, you see, when you have an opportunity to study and you're at school, I continue, I did the honors and I did a master's, and then I did a PhD asali skolong. Then I unyaka mushum. Haba muhira, ba muhira bari rutoma ka internship. Orli alwana. Ki doctor internship. Lisgelan sukel. You know, but look, uchwa skolong, uitutile. But that a lot of it was theoretical. Now, in order for you to grow, and this is a real story that happened in South Africa, you have to start somewhere. But the person felt so offended. Internship, you know, internship kabuyon. But nako inchi ba krea nako ya uru abere Kenya na kre stipend. Mara baba ngoba kwa nkari ba hirilwe, baba ngoba thoma ubilayela, baba ngoba thoma ungungorega, baba ngoba abakwishuru kinako ya uyitekisha, ya uboncha uri seki yasiba, seki yasidir. What can you advise? You know, you have been there, you worked, but now you are an employer and you observe even your people. You see different characters, you see different personalities. And what would you advise to those that has or get an opportunity? Internship, temporal. What would be your advice?
My advice to all the South African students, because it's what I've realized that we are missing something because of our qualification. To me, the qualification is not going to help you to get the position that you need. You need to start somewhere, because if you cannot start somewhere, how are they going to see that you got a potential of something in the company? So, and obviously I cannot hire you from the university without not having an experience. So that means you need to start somewhere. So if we can change our mentality of understanding that whatever qualification, you can have a master's, but you can start cleaning in the office. But you know that I got masters, and that masters, even the owner of the company or maybe the director, they can see that you got a potential. Let's move Johannes from this position and give it to this position. But if you cannot go, you are not going to work your way up. You're going to end up with no work, but you'll have your PhD, but you don't have a work. So what are you doing with that thing? It's not going to help you at all, and your age goes. So that is the problem of the South Africans that we are having, because we're saying that I got this qualification, I cannot work for that. And another thing that I don't understand, they always saying I cannot work for a peanuts. You need to start somewhere. You know you got commission.
Yes.
I mean, there's lots of things that you know that you're going to achieve. You got a potential for that. But if you can start, the company says that, okay, fine, we'll start you with 50 cents. Go for that 50 cents while you know that it's going to end up being 50,000. But our problem is that, no, I cannot go to work in the company for peanuts. But you must understand that days, yes, they are moving. You're not gonna work. You're not gonna work at all. But you'll have your qualification. But what about your children? You are a parent at all. So there's most of the things that people, they need to understand. You need to start somewhere.
Yes. That's very true. And vamakwerhu I mhaka yin'wana ya nkoka swinene hi ri la ku hava mintirho, kambe nkarhi yo tala ha kuma nkarhi wa ku u nga endla swin'wanyana, kambe u swi langutisa njhani, u swi vona njhani, u swi amukela njhani. Nkarhi wa hina sweswi ikwala ka 26 minutes ku nga si 26, yeah, minutes ku nga si ba awara ya nkaye kambe minsiri wa kahle wa Vision FM leswi ni swi langutisaka laha leswi na loyi a swi vulaka i timhaka ta ku ri sungula kun'wanyana a hi venini na mbilu ya ku lava ku sungula ti-qualifications ta wena u ta va u submitile va swi vonile kambe u nga vulavuleli ti-qualifications ta wena ti-qualifications ta wena u nga ti vulavuleli hi nomo ti vulavuleli hi swiendlo swa wena nkarhi wun'wani swa endleka u ri qualified kahle kambe swiendlo swa wena i kuma leswaku swa ala ku fambisana na migingiriko ya tidyondzo ta wena ni vona Pastor Joelin Bako evening to Pastor Strike and your guest Mr. Ledwaba. Thank you so very much. I see somebody here saying something very important like Facebook Pule Matladisa Bako. Very true. Sometimes we want to do what we are hired to do, not knowing that the extra work open opportunities. Minkarhi yin'wanyani i kuma leswaku i nga va yi ri supervisor ya wena u ku nyika mintirho leyi a yi fanele yi ri ya yena a ku nyika yona ku ri u yi endla leswi u nga swi tiveku hileswaku u ku nyika nkarhi wa leswaku u trainer ku va u ta va manager a siku rin'wana kumbe u ta va supervisor a siku rin'wanyana swin'wana a hi swi dyondzi exikolweni kambe swi dyondza kwele entirhweni. That is very much important. Hi yingisele nongonoko Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. It's 20 minutes exact. It's 20 minutes to no, it's not 20 minutes. It's 25 minutes, so to say. Sorry for that. 25 minutes to 9 o'clock. Here Streams of Life on Vision FM. Aribeling, from that experience that you have had, when did you think, now I can start my own business?
I started in 2004. I was in Joburg. So one of my friends said, Matthew, come, let's start opening a business. Then I have resigned from the company that I was working for, which is Gauteng Car Sound. After I resigned, so I called my friend, but he's no more picking up my calls anymore. And I've resigned.
Okay.
And I've got a flat that I have to pay rent. Then I started doing marketing.
Okay.
I market my products. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have anything by then. Then I came to Polokwane. I don't know people in Polokwane, but I was born here. But because I went long into Joburg, then I don't know people. Then I started marketing. It didn't work for me. So one of my Indian friend, he heard about my marketing experience. Then he called me. He said, Matthew, please, man, can you help me? I said, with what? He said, can you please do marketing for me? Then I said, what kind of me? He said, get me insurance. Because I know myself, I'm very bold in terms of talking. Then I said, okay, fine. Then the guy, T-Roy, it's his company's name. It's not my company's name.
Okay.
He said, okay, fine, Matthew, don't worry, help me. Then I went to Mutual and Federal. I got the contract immediately. First day I got the contract. He was very excited because most of his client was member of the Mutual and Federal. Then he said, Matthew, now I'm allowing you to use my premises to do whatever you want to do in the panel beating section. I said, sure. He said, yes. I'm not going to pay rent. He said, no. I didn't have a cent by then. Because most of the guys, they used to come there by the panel beating and they know I was working for the company of Car Sound. Then I have realized, but these guys, they like me. And they're using me. But how can I use them now? So most of the time they say, Matthew, we need to fit sound. Then I phone the supplier. I said, you know what? Can you do me a favor? If it's a radio, it's 3 rand, make it 300 rand. But I'm going to give you your 300. The remaining is my profit.
Yes.
Then most of the guys, because I was going to my supplier with them, so they thought I'm stupid.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm making my
already
money.
You have made
I've already made my profit.
Okay.
So when I come back with the stuff, then I do my fitment. So they believe only the profit that I'm making is for fitment, which is not like that. I've got my profit from my products and I got my profit from
The fitment.
the fitment. So then I realized that now I can do something. Pastor, it was difficult for me. To be honest, it was difficult because I have to type my special, which I didn't have money to buy the stock.
Oh, yes.
I must type the special that I have, I'm going to run, and go to, if you know Rosettenville and corner of the intersection of Rosettenville and Terfontaine. In the morning, I must be there giving out flyers by myself. From there, I walk. I don't have a car. From there, I have to walk from Terfontaine to CBD. My shop was there at Corner Simmons and Gateway. So our shop was there. So I must walk from there. When the shop opens, they must find me there.
Yes.
So then I can take their money and go with them to the supplier and make my money. From there, then I've made my money. Then I said, no, now it's time to register the business.
Oh, yes.
I have registered T-Roy. Because I don't have to change the name because it's already established.
Oh, yes.
Then I've used T-Roy Sound and Security. That it was T-Roy Panel Beaters. It's still there in Joburg. So from there, Pastor, it was difficult. Mind you, to collect stock, I have to walk. Sometimes I don't have a car. Collect my stuff, come back, do the installation by myself. But because of God, things were very simple. I was having too much work, but I didn't have technicians. Most of the cars that you see there by Joburg, I was doing city power. I'm the one who was installing turbines, the lights, the traffic cars that you see in Joburg. By then, it's me who was installing the lights. Everything was me was doing that. So I have to get the technician for temporary to assist me to do the job. That's where then I started to understand that I got a potential in doing business.
Wow.
While I was doing my, it was under Fleet Africa. Then GM, General Motors, they believe in me. I didn't know to drive, Pastor, but they believe me. So I must be in the basement. I cannot start the car. I must push the car to build the same, so I can do my installation.
Yes.
And I found that then Toyota in Bramfontein, they gave me jobs. So I found that I got lots of opportunities to work with the dealership. But the problem is that I don't have power to buy the stuff. But, hence I've said God is great all the time. Then is the time I got a contract with West Bank doing government cars, subsidized vehicle. That time it was 2008. Then 2008, then I was doing well. Then the guy didn't chase me because I was doing well. Because he understand I still got potential to assist him even marketing. Then I start employing 2 guys. While I employed 2 guys, the company said, no, Matthew, we got a problem. That it was 2009. We got a problem in Limpopo. We need you to move and open a branch in Polokwane. Polokwane, I don't know corners. Then I have to come to Polokwane with orders, knowing that I got orders. This is money that I got.
Yes.
Then that means I have to get a premises where I can rent. Yes, and then I got the premises. I have to get my technician. Some of them, may their soul rest in peace. They were part of my family. And yes, from there, then we worked, and then I started knowing Polokwane. So it wasn't easy to start a business. It was very, very difficult.
You know, while you're talking, someone listeners wana ku ishbindi xa ku kota ku vona ku cinca ku yima munhu a nyika vanhu ti-flyers a tlhela a tsutsuma a ya va yena technician a famba hi milenge a ya hala na hala a thembiwa hi timovha leti a nga driver a nga swi koti ku driver o kota ku fita va n'wi siya na makheya va ku i ta driver kasi yi ta sumeta kunene. Just that training, even though you have done finance, but this is like, it's business, it's a business course that you were going through. What is it that you can advise an upcoming business person? You know, it might be a young person, it might be an elderly person. Inswini leswi mi nga hi tsundzuxaka swona loko hi lavisaka timhaka ta ku sungula business u kota ku ri aka. I know ku different businesses will have different stages and different turbulence, but there are principles from what you are talking about and from your experience. There are principles that we can all learn from. What is your advice to an upcoming businesswoman, businessman? And I would love for you to give us that, because I must be honest, by Serva Vision FM, one na lo one mi nga voni swikipa leswi nga mbariwa o ka a nga vileli, kambe wanuna loyiwani i fuwile ene u na swilo swikulukumba, ti-establishments ta yena tikulu swinene, kambe nga ku mbilu liya ya ku va munhu nje wa swi kota ku va na yona. So when we come back, I would love for you to really take us through that, because I feel you've got something that we can learn from you, you know, when we look at how to start a business and the ups and downs of business. How do I then stand, even now, you know, having to walk, you know, having to squat, and also when things are going fine, and the next thing somebody says, you're going to another city where you don't know people, where you don't have contacts, but you have that courage of taking off, going to a place where you don't know anybody, and nobody knows you, but you feel, I'm going to make it. So we want you to share with us on that, but we now starting here.
And 101.7 megahertz. Vision is power.
Mingzero ka tloa Vision FM timinetse kwala ka khume mune ku siba hour yang kaye. It's about 14 minutes to 9 o'clock. You're still listening to Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. And madamena montla nongono streams of life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Mina Mr. Malisela, Methus Ledwaba, Wama Bintu, Wama Prasi, wanuna wa ku nyikela swisiwana hi ndlela ya ximxela henhla swinene. Wanuna u kota ku hundzuluxa xitandi a endla doroba a xitandini, kumbe a teka beach a yi hoxa a xitandini. Hi ta bula hi sweswo ku nga ri ti-minutes leti nga hetiki mbilu, kambe sweswi no vona swi fanerile leswaku a hi tsundzuxa, a hi tshweta leswi ku sungula bindu swi koxaka swona, ngopfungopfu loko hi langutisa timhaka ta economic recovery. Tanihi Afrika-Dzonga swi tiva leswaku mintirho ya pfumaleka, kambe vanhu lava nga ni miehleketo ya bindu, vanhu lava kota ku yima va aka mabindu, va kota ku create kumbe ku tumbuluxa mintirho, va tumbuluxela lavo tala. Hi swo swi endlaka leswaku lava ku twa ku na loyi i hi tsundzuxa yini loko hi langutisaka timhaka ta ku sungula bindu u ri sungula ehansi, a swo sungula swi ku boom swi humelela, kambe swi nga sungula switsotsomba kambe wu nga fikelela. Could you please give us that short course? What does it take to start a business? What does it take? You know, what made you stand? Walking, passing flyers, coming back, do fitments, working without a car, cannot drive, but, you know, having the courage and the boldness and build your business and clinch deals with big organizations like banks and all those, government departments, and they believed in you. What? How did you package yourself? What exactly was happening? What did they see in you?
My pastor, that one I really don't know. What you asked me about trying to help those who need to start.
Yes.
I've realized most of our South African brothers and sisters, they need to get things very quick. So if it doesn't work tomorrow, he decides to leave, to quit.
Oh, yes.
So we are quitters. That's why most of our business, black brothers and sisters, doesn't survive. It's because we need to be rich immediately.
Okay.
And it doesn't help. Even you know that you can ask all the time, you pray for God to help me. He's not going to answer you immediately. He's going to look into you that you got a potential. It's going to take you some years in order to give you what you want. So even in business, you need to work very hard. The more you sweat is the more you're going to achieve more. So, but if you believe if things are going to work like today, tomorrow, it's not going to work like that. So I still believe that we need to be patient.
Oh, yes.
Perseverance as well is the mother of success. And when you do something, you need to be, you must have faith. And you must be, passion. It's very important. Everything that you must do, you are doing, make sure you're doing 100%.
Okay.
And don't doubt yourself when you do something, because God, He's the one who showed you that door. I'm opening a door for you. So the door is open. Instead of going inside, you doubting God now, you going back. So it's not going to give you. So that is the problem that now we are having. So I encourage our brothers and sisters, when you start a business, I know there's challenges of rents and other stuff, but be patient. Be patient. Things will work out. So, and don't compare yourself.
Okay.
There's no competition. It's you. And if you're trying to compete with that, today, this door is open. Tomorrow, it's going to close. It's going to open for Pastor Strike. Don't say why tomorrow is Pastor Strike. Do you think that the business is going to open for you every day? It doesn't work that way, because God needs for everyone to be successful. Not only you. So don't doubt yourself. Today the business is quiet. Then you go out and look for luck. I don't know where you're going to get that luck, because the door is closed for you. It's open for another one. So if we can learn that, obviously we're going to go far with business. But if once you start saying, why this one, so obviously we're not going to get what we want.
So it's patience, perseverance,
Yes.
making sure that you take the opportunity. When God gives you an idea, jump on it.
Yes.
Don't doubt. God has opened the door for you.
And another thing that people were missing in order to go further. When we start a business is a family.
Okay.
Business is a family. It's not like you are a boss. If you need to build a business, you need to create a family in the business. That means your employees, they are your brothers. If you cannot respect your employees, forget about your business, because it's not going to do whatever. Because I still believe my employees, when they go home, they ask God, please give us our daily bread. Meaning that the business must conquer. So if you're not going to respect your employees, that's where you're making a big mistake. You want to see yourself being a boss. So the business is not going to conquer. We need to respect each other in the business. They don't want to, the employees doesn't have to see an employer as an enemy. They must see an employer as brothers and sisters. So that's where our business doesn't go anywhere in South Africa, because we're not treating one another same. So that is very, very important. And I've realized most of the company, once the company start to boom, they think about the employees. They are not important. They are the one that makes the business operate. And if you're not going to create that, Tomorrow you don't have money to pay them. If you're not treating them, how are you going to talk to your employees? Because you don't have a good relationship with them. But if you got a good relationship with your employees, is whereby you can sit down with them and you know what? Now I got a challenge with this one. This month I'm not going to be able to pay you due to one. Obviously they're going to understand because you got a good communication with them. They are brothers. Bring your employees close to you. That's where even you're not there, they're going to treat your business as their business. It's something that I need to teach other employers. They must respect their employees.
Sure.
It's where they're going to sustain their businesses.
Sure. Yeah, that one is a big one. That one is a big one because batho ba bangwe ba dula ba botsa gore hey ke o hirile mo ke a patela ke a hira ke a kuba utseni utlatshwa. Yo, that's very big. You know, treating my employees as brothers, as sisters, they are the ones who are also, hey, you know, you said something like they pray and say, Lord, give us our daily bread. In fact, they are praying that this business will not go down because that this business is also feeding them. That is big. I see Priscilla Mayanganyi saying, yo, do not compete with others but yourself. Yes, that's very much important. Like you said, forget about looking at others. When others succeed, admire it, appreciate it, but don't get into competitions. Kuri sikuona tsena fasi wa xiyano sungula ku tsutsuma a mi byelananga ku ri a hi tsutsumeni wena wo nghena u ta badla nyuku n'wana mani swi tlha swi nga ku vuyerisi nchumu. Chris Balo is saying true. Hey, the door is not always open. You are right, man. I believe that how God tests us is that calling, you know. Yeah, kuri mudimu wa ri testa u vula lebati nako nngwe ha buli mara u diranga lebati le a le botseng mabane when they ni re bante le re xikwembu xi nga ri pfula to. And Pastor Jolene saying very powerful. Business is a family. I wish we can hear this. Very true. You said something very powerful, that a business is a family. So we're building a family. Once we know Hiaka a family, then we are going far. Yo, streams of life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. My God. Ilek don den snen wana lo ilek don sen snen ai hunde ni lawa ni twale swaku laha bai komele ini shan.
Leina la ka ke nna Matilda Masingi from Newlands. Ke bereka Tiro Sound and Security ikapolokwane kona risike Landros Mare. Ke bereka as receptionist. Ke bereka le Mr. Ledwaba. Mr. Ledwaba ke boss wa ka, ke owner of Tiro Sound and Security. Ke boss ye nngwe ya go phela ithabile ke re staff se sengwe sa gore sa o tja dikgang le boss ya rena ge go ina le fold o tlo le botsa ka phosho ya lena a sena le botsa phosho ya lena wena o tlo shala o le set because ba botse phosho ga mara yena o tlo no tswela pele o tlo no ba happy wena wa rectify phosho tsa gago ke papa mongwe wa go se fele pelo papa mongwe wa lethabo papa mongwe wa go rata go share a ka re mo company a ka yena a ka re fa tšhelete yena shala a sena selo ka lapeng la gage rena ra tswela pele ka maphelo a malapa a rena ke papa mo wa go bona wa go senya go bona batho ba sokola o na le babereki ba bantši ke sa ba le thiro e fela mara ke tlo bolela ka thiro because ke bereka mo go yona ke motho o mongwe wa go supporta everywhere ke motho wa lethabo tle ke motho wa kwelo botlhoko ke motho wa go phela le batho nkare go papa Ledwaba kgopela gore o re phelele ke ya mathomo e santse ke bolela ka yona because ke bolela ka yona ke lebeletse di-family tša rena tše le o di tlhokometse modimo a go okeletse o re kgone go phela go fitlhelela le wena because re na le bo ma 9 to 10 years re phela le wena go laetša gore o monna o e le gore wa kgotlelega o monna o e le gore o kgona go phela le batho ke a leboga.
Vision FM 88.5 101.7 90.0 na www.visionfm.co.za. Vision is power.
Susoke mingse wa kahle wa Vision FM. Vision is power. Yo, Mr. Ledwaba, one of your employees or one of your family members in the business just spoke, and it's amazing that she says exactly what you have just said about business being a family. You know, being able to communicate, to work together with a team that is making business happen. I think maybe you having to work alone, you know, and realize that our Lord, I think it has done a lot in positioning you to understand, or you know what? Hanga kry motho o mongwe a tla nthusa mo ke tshwanetse ke motlhomphe ke tshwanetse ke kgone go phela le ena a botse ke tshwanetse ke kgone go boletša. You said even something very powerful ya gore the day ke tlhokang tšhelete, you know, le a ke tlhalosa ba kgona go kwešiša because re tswa gole ba bone pelo yaka ba tseba gore a se boss ya gore e no re rantšha ya re isa godimo lefase while mošomo tshwanetse o direge le bona ba thoma o owna kore ba ikwa le bona ba le part of the business ba titwa ba re ba ngwa mabindu sengwe na wena. You know, they think the business, they dream the business, they pray for the business. What do you say about what one of your employees has just said?
ke kwešiša gore ba kgona go kwešiša ka mokgwa ke phelang ka gona and le tshwaro e le gore ba tshwariwa ka yona ka gona ke tše dintšhitšeng ka di bolela my pastor because we are family. Hence I've said that we are family, and a family we respect each other, we love each other, like Kushisha. Yes.
Yeah, that's powerful. And then I see here one of our friends on Facebook saying, Imasiza Bumba Ngalani. Bako, this is so powerful. Your employees are your first customers. When you treat them well, they will treat the business well, and everyone will benefit. We need more leaders like you say in business. God continues to bless your family and business. Thank you so very much, Masiza. What a powerful word that you have just shared. And that is why I would love to say to all our friends on Facebook, on YouTube, please, your comments are very, very much important, and they are very useful. So please keep those comments coming and keep those questions coming, because they will stay here, and we'll be able to go back and watch and listen and listen, and they are going to help us a lot. Itintswalo ta Xikwembu impela papa lava Xikwembu Shiva Komise Matimba. That's California. Kensil says California, and blessings to you. Family, this is Streams of Life on Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. And I'm your host, Pastor Strike. My guest, Tatana Malisela, Methus Ledwaba, Madam Lab. Mr. Ledwaba, let's talk a little bit about Teroy. You came to Polokwane. You had to establish a business. It was a strange land. How did you find it easy? Because one other thing that is also a little bit of a challenge is when you have to move. You know, sometimes you get established in a place, and you know the corners of the place, and you want to be there. And the fear of the unknown sometimes will hold you back. You don't want to explore. You don't want to go out. How did you find that? What has been your experience? What are some of the lessons that you learned moving and starting something in Polokwane?
My pastor, I had lots of challenges when I came into Polokwane in 2009. Still repeating that, I didn't have a car. It was very difficult for me because I have to go to buy stock in Joburg using taxis. I booked the front seat from Joburg coming back to Polokwane. I didn't have an experience for hotels and that. Instead of me coming to Polokwane 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, I decided to hire a taxi to take me to Mashashani. After that, I've realized there's hotels, you pay 100, you save that. I paid 250 for a taxi while I was going to sleep in town. In the morning, I must just go to the shop.
Yes.
And another thing that I realized, my parents never believed that that's true. I got business. It took them long to believe that I'm the owner of Tiroy Sound. They never believed. I remember my mother said, ask Kambe born. I'm not about business, meaning that let's go and see. You think he can have a business? So they didn't have that belief in me that I can have a business. Do you think it's just business? Maybe no, somebody, maybe he stole something. No, he cannot run a business. But my mother, after I took him to the building and understood that no, my child is telling the truth. So, I don't forget something. When I came, it was in 2009. Coming to Polokwane, I went to BB Auto, Yamibas. I went to BB Auto in 2009. I remember Menier said, I'm looking for a job. Said, what kind of a job? I said, no, I got the fitment center. I need to fit your radios. There's a, what? Municipal is on. I said, Menier, ek fra die werk. Mind you, that time Afrikaans is not, it's not there. Ek fra die werk. They said, okay. Ati, kom hier so. Came in car so. Let them sing. I don't forget that day. They said, how long you gonna take? I said, in an hour's time I'll be finished. I don't know whether God was testing me or not. Then I took the car. That car I know normally take 45 minutes. But that day the car took almost 3 hours. They say, you're bloody fucking, you said you're looking for a job, but you're wasting our time, and our customer is waiting for his car. And it is so, on Sukli Miri so, you understand? So, but I cried like a baby. I cried. For real, I cried. I bent on my knees. I said, Askis Menia, ek fra die werk. Yes, no, so. Then I have to walk, but crying very, very hard. Now they can see that I'm crying. I went, 2 days passed, 3 days, 4 days. Friday, I saw one car came from Nissan. And we worked very nice on that car. Another one came the same Friday. I think I did 5 cars on that day. So it was very tough by then. And I started doing Westphal, most of the dealerships by that time. Then I've realized that, no, you know what, there's only one thing. If you cannot humble yourself, if you cannot humble yourself and show a respect, and you must understand, Polokwane is another country, not in South Africa. You must say Yamibas. So you're gonna get everything. So myself, I was acting like that. Even today, I'm still saying Yamibas.
Yes.
In order for me to get what I want. So I've realized that, you know what, it's very important to humble yourself. Don't show who you are. You know yourself, you are Matthew, but don't show other people you are Matthew. You know yourself that you are Matthew. So, and then I've created a relationship, a good relationship with BB Group. Even today, I can talk to the owner of BB Group like I'm talking to my brother. People, they're scared of him, but me and him, we are friends. I can talk to him. I don't do funny stuff because I have respect. And you humble yourself. So most of those challenges, yes, but they taught me lots of things.
Yes.
To respect and to humble yourself and to persevere.
Sure. Yeah. That's a powerful lesson. More especially where, like I always say, there is this group of, or this culture, or what can I say? These people, they'll call you my friend, even if you have wronged them. They'll even say, my friend. I'm not your friend, my friend, but still. Still, they call you a friend. You know, and calling you a friend, they've got a way of getting into your heart. You know, now I can see somebody saying, I cannot say may bus to somebody, not in the new South Africa, but you knew what you wanted. You knew that, you know what, this is what I want, and you got what you want. And they know for sure, even when you say may bus, they know this one is bluffing us. He knows we are not his boss, he is a boss. But it's something very important, like you said, being able to humble yourself, put it on the heart. You know, kuhuma ashopen and cry and beg, and you are told all sorts of nasty words, kicked out because of dissatisfaction. Yeah, the owner of the shop. I think they saw something. They saw kore misalo swi nga endleka swin'wana swi nga n'wi fambeli kahle kambe inambilo, because that's one other thing that we need. Not only do we need a skill, but we also need a heart. You know, there are people who are very good in whatever they do, but they don't have the heart. They don't have it. They don't have the passion. They don't have the respect. You know, they will do you a good job. It's like somebody having to cut your hair, and the next thing, he's pushing your head this side and pushing it this side. But man, he cuts you so nice. But the way he handles you, you don't like it. So it's not only the skill, but kufanele kuthi kuba namakhomeli abantu, kufanele kuba namahanyelo, kufanele kuba namatikhomelo. And that I love it, because the very same people banbalaba bangakuruketela uhuma ikar irila batisa timov, and loko ba ti tisa ti huma fast lera ku hi siku ku huma timbirhi tinharhu, and they realize no xisa lexi hi xona. And xin'wana lexi maybe ni xi dyondzaka is the importance of courage, because how do you approach such an organization which is so established and ya valungu, and wa swi tiva swa ku valungu va na valungu kulobye lava va swi kotaka ku endla swilo sweswo, kambe you courageously go and knock those doors, which aka van'wamabindzu vo tala munhu a nga vula leswaku no bindzu leri leswi ni swi endlaka, service leyi ni yi endlaka vanhu van'wana va le ku yi endleni khale va yi endla, mina hi mina mani, why should they consider me, why should they give me the job? But you must have the courage to knock doors. That is what I'm learning from this great man this evening. And then I see Lawani, I see but Brian Smeke. Thank you, but Brian, for being with us. We are still together. Mandla Wamabunda, I know humility. I know you're a business lady, my sister, and I know you know what he's talking about. Tuni Baleba, respect and humbleness. Very good. Sankiti Nchalombo when bako humble and respect is very important. I think also because there is also, a situation la munhu ni twa ku undisrespectile, where I feel kore munhu anga nga babli na mina hi ndlela leyiwani, mara it depends ni lava yini ka yena. What is it that I want? Why ni titsonga aka? Why? I know kore the end of the day, if I get what I want, then I'm okay. And that is one very important lesson. Some people, they'll tell you, I don't take nonsense, and they cannot beg anybody for anything. But the unfortunate thing is that doors begin to shut before you. But when you are able to humble yourself, it's hard to resist a humble person. So I think I could alela munhu at its own heart. Mr. Ledwaba, I just want us, because I think we've shared enough about Teroy, but you did not stop there.
Yes.
You started doing something that you had no idea about. You went into farming. You went into an entertainment center. You brought something in the. We'll finally talk about your philanthropic activities. But I want us to go now. Ku aka enchumu vanhu va kota ku wisela ka wona, mindyangu yi kota ku ya, vatswari vana va tshama va wisa kahle va tiphina. Nhlekani wa namuntlha, it was very hard for me to communicate with you because you were very busy and your establishment was just so busy. Tell us, where did it come from? Where did it start? Incini swi nga khutaza mhaka leyi xana.
By Pastor, ke sa gopola when I've started because I love people, which is it's in me. So when I realized that there's some people that they are struggling, then I remember taking the money from the company, starting to support 15 families, buy them groceries.
Okay.
Then I saw that it's very important for me to start helping people. And that it was in me because I used to help my team. There was a team at home, so they don't have transport, they don't have, so I have to take the money to hire tractors for them to go to play and to give them money to bet.
Okay.
So I've realized this thing is in me to help the people. Then I started with 15 families, collecting money from my companies. Then I've realized that, but I got hands. Instead of going to buy vegetables at Osiami and other things, why I cannot start farming? Then I went to my elder mommy. I asked her, please, man, give me that old field. I need to use it. He said, no, you are joking. You are too young. How can you, what are you going to do there? I said, please help me. Then he said, okay, fine. Then before I start, I called my employees. I said, guys, I see an opportunity into farming.
Okay.
So if these things of course is not going to work, but every day people, they must eat. That means these things is going to be there forever. Then they said, but if we know it's not going to work out, then what are we going to do? I said, you know what, it's going to work out. Then they allowed me, so I loaned the money from T-Roy.
Okay.
Then I bought myself fence. From fence, I met a manure fender. I cannot even forget him. Manure fender, I said, what souk ye? Extra manure man, next souk vater man. He said, you sure? He said, okay, fine. Where? I said, man, I want to start doing farming. I need to help the people to get food. So he said, okay, fine, give me 8,000 rand. Then I can dig a hole for you and so you can have water. Did that. I've struggled, Pastor. I've struggled with my local tractor owners. They couldn't help me to plow the field. I have to go to the near village in order to get a tractor so they can help me to farm. They helped me. And by then, there was no electricity. I have to buy a generator for the water, to pump water. Then I remember I went to Miner Buata. We said it's the Twilight Enterprise. He helped me with drippers. It was very tough, yes, because I still got T-Roy and then I have to farm. I remember when I started farming, my first harvest in 2016, I gave all of my villages the harvest that I had. I didn't even sell. My first harvest, I gave it to my village. That it was because of the goal. I wanted to achieve the goal of giving the needy people. Then I've realized that I've done well. So with the next harvest, what must I do? Then I've started supplying schools. I started supplying shops, private, the drop-in center and everything. I had business to support, to supply. Then now I had to employ people in the farming industry. I started we started with 15 employees in the farming industries. Then from there, because you know, when you give more, you work hard. I remember God is great. God is great all the time. When I went to Twilight Enterprise, many years you answered, What do you want? I got a tractor here at the back. It's my father's tractor. Don't you want it? I said, Ish, I don't have money. That's the first. I didn't know how, I didn't even ask how much. I said, I don't have money. He said, give me 35,000. He gave all the equipment with the tractor for 35. I took the tractor, loaded with the towing guys home. Then I started farming. I didn't know how to drive a tractor, but I've learned driving a tractor with that tractor. I used to wake up sometimes 1, 2, go into the farm, plow, all those kind of things. 5 o'clock, I must take my children to school. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm at Tiroy. 10 o'clock, I go to the farm. I plant with my employees because I have to teach them. Some they don't understand what is happening, but some they already know the situation. We worked because God was with us all the time. Then I've realized there's other people out there. It's not about my village. It's about the people. I looked other drop-in centers out there. Then I start supplying them. I didn't need money from them. I start supplying those drop-in centers, the old age, with what I was planting. In 2017, I had a funding for a new tractor, the big one, from Department of Rural Development. God is great all the time. I always say that, but how can I do that? And I knew that the more I work hard, meaning that I'm going to create jobs.
Yeah.
And the more I create jobs, that means the same prayer that I always tell myself. Those people, when they bend on their knees, they are saying, please, God, give us our daily bread. Meaning, Mr. Ledwaba must provide. Even their children, when they pray, they are praying only one prayer, give us our daily bread. That means I have to make sure that I work hard in order to sustain their jobs. So things, they went well after understanding that. The way I live, people, they still believe that I'm just like a boy. The way you treat me, I'm still like that because I don't want to be seen like an angel. I just always, that's what I've learned. Humble yourself, respect people, love one another. So if you can have that in you, is the more you're going to learn more. And there's things that will open because of those people, because always they pray for God for good things, not bad things. So it's lots of things that happened. Then at home, there was an old clinic. Hence, there's politician in there. I found that that clinic was vandalized by the storm. I said, but the people here, they're struggling because they don't have a clinic. Then I took the money from the farming industries to rebuild that clinic for the community. I've done that. But because of, judging people, some, they didn't want to go into that clinic. So I've realized they don't want to go into the clinic. What can I do to continue with my job that I've been sent by God? I said, I'm going to start cooking every day for the needy people because I got foods. So that thing, I asked people to help me. They came to volunteer and to cook for the needy people. I started with 86 children and 55 elderly. That's when I started in 2018. I helped those people in that clinic because they didn't want to use that clinic because of politics. I've requested my donors a land so that I can help my communities to have old age centers, the drop-in center, the soup kitchen, the preschool for them. They gave me. But suddenly, because, we're not the same, they denied me again. But I had 10 hectares that I was planning to use for only planting crops. They gave me another place. While I'm busy preparing for me to build, they said, no, Matthew, you only use this land, you're going to have a problem with water. It's next to the river. Because God sent you to do his work. I said, these 10 hectares, I'm not more going to use it for farming. I'm going to build what God said I must build for the people. And that happened. I took the money because the farming was doing well. Then I took the money. I built the drop-in center. I built the old age center. I built the soup kitchen. I built the preschool. Where it's at home, it's an English media preschool in Maraba and Mashashani. Because you show the people there's nothing impossible. You can take the words to the rural areas, not always asked to go to town. We are gifted. Even ourselves, we can do that.
Yes.
Vice versa. Take the wise to our rural to work for the black people.
Yes.
So that is possible. It's happening as we speak. So now they can see that's happening. Because God is great. The preschool, the clinic that they denied last year because of COVID, the nurses, they said, we're no more going to use this preschool. You need a place where we can come and treat you. And there's no alternative place that they can go, where they must go.
The clinic.
The clinic. Whose clinic?
The
one that they denied, isn't it?
So
that God shows that I got my ways that I can. And they came back to me. They said, we are asking for your help. We need to use your clinic. Then I gave the keys to them. So there's lots of things that drives you. It's not you, it's God is driving us to do things.
Mr. Ledwaba, while on that, because, I sit here as a witness of what you are doing. I've known you on your fitment center and the like, but I've come to realize that your passion to serve people, the needy, what you're giving, the food parcels that you're giving, all those things that you have done, the orphanages that you have done, and you continue to do. I just want to ask, because while you're doing that, sometimes it's good when people appreciate and embrace it and receive it. But look, you take money, you build a clinic, they say you will go and clinic yourself there. We are not going to use it, but you kept on pushing. Tell us a little bit about the heart of reaching out and giving. You said when you started farming, you learned from Teroy, and it was tough. You had to work on your own. You had to drive the tractor that you didn't even know how to drive, but you had to train yourself to do that. So it's not just a smooth sailing. It's not just, maybe what benefit, what other benefit that is tangible did you get or do you get from all the philanthropic work that you are doing? What other thing? And if you are not getting anything, what is it that drives you to continue doing that? And because your passion, even when I spoke to you yesterday, you still want to do more and doing it for the community. What is your drive? What exactly is in your heart?
Pastor, I've learned lots of about people. If we cannot love one another as human beings, who are we going to love? Animals, donkeys? I don't remember that we can do that. But if we can show the people that we are there for them with what we have, God will always bless us. And it's a thing that I believe that don't judge. Don't judge. Because lots of things. Tomorrow, do you know who's going to help you? Do you know who's going to help you? So, my friends in town are hobos. In town, this Polokwane, my best friends are hobos because they are my security wherever I go. They look after my business, they look after my cars, so it's not because of what they have, is they are human being. And if we can understand about a human being and Ubuntu, we are always talking about Ubuntu. What is Ubuntu, which you don't practice? So if we can learn to respect one another and be a family, irrespective of what you have, you came nothing, you're gonna go nothing. That's what you must learn. So if I'm not going to help those people who need me, they need me. Just ask yourself, when you finish to eat, ask yourself, what about that person? He's going to sleep with no food. What do you do about it? But you're calling him your brother, but you're not loving that brother of yours. But God says, love one another. If you can see other nations, they loving each other. They coming from different countries, but when they come to South Africa, they're united. But ourselves, we are not united. When we see another person, we are treating them differently. So that's what makes me that, you know what, I need to be different in this world. And I need to make sure that I'm going to win this battle, creating jobs, making sure there's no poverty where I am. So these things, it helps me and it heals me. I'm very happy all the time when I know people, they slept happily.
Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. And then getting a case inspired, really. That's very true. It's very inspiring. And then I see also Kateko Precious, thank you so very much. And then Queen El Mohale, inspirational, she says. And then also Mandla Wamabunda, amazing. And then Bud Brian speaking about blessings upon blessings. Very true. And then Pastor Leonard Nkunabako, Mr. Ledwaba, you are truly a legend. Thank you for your selfless service to the community. Very powerful. And then Butmasi Zabumba Ngala Nabatalabako, what you are doing, say, I call it generous, not giving. And whoever gives to the poor, touch God's heart. And when someone touch God's heart by giving, ask Solomon, I am so touched by your generosity. That's very true. You cannot touch people's lives and not God, and not have God touching your life. Sucha Okebako, very powerful, Mr. Ledwaba. You are truly used by God. Very true. Very true. It's very touchy. And Mandla Ago, oh my word. Talk about following one's purpose. This is it. And then Pastor Leonard continues to say, I thank God for your heart of compassion, Mr. Ledwaba. You are a pioneer. You inspire all. Very true. Mingserwa Vision FM. Leswi swin'wana swa leswi vanghana va hina laha ka Facebook va swi vulaka kambe ntiyiso hileswaku wanuna loyiwani leswi a swi endlaka na mina swa ni hlamarisa mbilu leyi a nga na yona ya ku tirhela tiko sweswinyana a hi khale wa ku hlanganisa tihosi ta ndhawu ya ka vona tihosi letiwani tihosi tinharhu i tihosi ta ndyangu wun'we kahle leti vatswari va vona va hambaneke hi mavonele na maendlele leriya ra ku swiyanile ka vana va nga fanele ku va hlangana kambe hi migingiriko ya yena u hlanganisa tihosi letiya lembe rero leriwani va hlangana a ku heteleni va ku hi kombela leswaku na lembe leri taka u hi hlanganisa hi ndlela leyiwani i migingiriko ya tatana Malisela Matthews Ledwaba mingiseri wa kahle wa Vision FM wa yingisele Vision FM timinete ku ri 26 ku nga si ba awara ya 10 nkarhi wa hina hi lowuya wa nkarhi wa bola ku fana na n'weti kambe lava ku khensa swinene ku va hi ri karhi hi famba swin'we ni pfumela leswaku hi le ku tlhontlhekeni ngopfungopfu loko hi lavisaka timhaka ta ku a hi tirheni loko hi ri karhi hi tirha a hi pfuneni vanhu hi ku endla mintirho and then loko karhi hi endla mintirho a hi pfuneni vanhu lava va tsandzekaka lava va sweleke. Mr. Ledwaba, just a round figure, how many people have you employed to date? Just around, I know you'll have to calculate, but just give us a rough figure that you can remember.
I can say, as we speak, I can be sitting on 85 to 95.
85 to 95. Iban lava kulumba lo anga kota ku va thola hi nkarhi wo fana ni wolowana laha swilo swi tikaka swinene kambe u kota ku va a endla leswaku ene loko a vulavula hi ku ri vatirhi a va ve ndyangu wa wena i vulavula hi vanhu vo tala hi ndlela yoleyo a ta tshama na Teroy bindzu ra yena a ti dyela na ndyangu wa yena a hanya vutomi but he did not choose to be content or to be satisfied with that. He went on to start farming. He went on to entertainment so that he can create even more jobs. Mr. Ledwaba, mara in these 25 minutes, I would love for us to zoom into your fountains, Dwarf's fountains, and look at it, what inspired its birth, and into leswaku misungula endhawu leyiwani ya vuwiselo endhawu leyiwani ya vunyanyuri leyi mindyangu va kota ku ta va ta tshama kona, the organizations va kota ku ta va ta endla ti-team building kona. What inspired the fountain, the establishment of the fountain?
My pastor, I've realized that people from the villages, they don't have opportunities. They have to drive far away in order to get beautiful things like that. And our children, they will be behind of this situation that we are in these days. And I've realized that, our village people, we're not familiar into swimming. And but if floods comes here, obviously we're going to have a problem. We'll be flushed by the flood because we don't have any. So you know what? The little that I have, I need to help my people, meaning the people of everywhere, irrespective of my village, and to make sure that they start understanding things are possible. It's not about other nations that they can do what we are doing. And another thing that encouraged me, I need people to see people happy. I need to see families sitting together with their children, having fun, showing love to each other. How can I do that? That means I need to do something like what I've done at Drops, seeing people enjoying their life while they're still alive. And I've realized that, children to understand what animal is this, they need to go to the zoo or see on the TV. That's why I came like, we need to have lions. We need to have zebras here in Dwap. So people, this young from preschool, when they visit Dwaps, this is a zebra, this is a lion, this is an elephant. I brought things that I need these children to grow, knowing the things that they were not used to, you see. So now for them to see the celebrities, the so-called celebrities on the TV, it's no more that. We bring the celebrities to the village so they can touch, they can hug, they can see, everything is possible to these youngsters. It's no more something that they have to drive far in order to see. Makazi must drive to us to to meet our village guys. We need Orlando Pirates players or Chiefs players. They have to drive from where they are to come to the village, so our children, they can be exposed to those people. So there's things that I saw that, you know what, it's a problem to our communities, and what needs to be done in order to make sure that our people are together, and even to save money. Accident, they're no more driving far, accident and all those things. They know they can just come to Dobbs, have whatever they need to have, minimize their expenditures. Hence we spoke about it from finance side. So there's things that I've realized that you know what, there's more to be done for the people. So that's where I came up with those things. So people, they can be used to. These things of going to Gold Reef City, hey, I don't think it's still gonna happen. Whoever wants to be Gold Reef City must just know that Dobbs is not far. You can pay 2 rand to come to Dobbs than to go and be on a traffic and all those kind of things. So I've minimized a lot of the costings and lots of things for our people. So those are the things that I'm helping. Like now, we are helping our preschools to learn about how to swim. And even our brothers now, they used to water. Our sisters, they used to water. It's no more Durban now. It's just around the corner. So Durban is Durban is next to us, and everything that we need to is going to be around us. So what more do we need? Let's forget about towns. Let's bring towns to our village. If we can understand each other, I think we will go far.
Sure. Yeah. I'm telling you, this is amazing. This is powerful because bayingiseri ba kahle ba Vision and FM, and more especially laba mi kotaka ku vona ni le ka Facebook. Loko mi ri karhi mi languta mi ta swi vona leswaku ta vuya ene ta vuya swinene, kambe ti vuya ti ri kwini loko nga ri kwale amakaya, you know, swilo swa kahle leswi swi endleriwaku vanhu va kota ku ta tiphina, va kota ku ta tshama andhawini leyi va kotaka ku wisa, va kotaka ku ti phyuphyisa kwala kusuhi ku nga ri kun'wani le kule le, you know, ku tisiwa vanhu lava va vitaniwaka ti-celebrity lava sukaka va ri akule va va akusuhi na vanhu, you know, vana va kota ku vona swilo va swi vonela kwala kusuhi. Hinkwaswo leswiwani swi endleka kwala kusuhinyana na Polokwane, le handle ka doroba le a switandini. Vanhu van'wani va ta ku byela ku wa ta leswa swa ku tshama switandini, ku tshama switandini, kasi van'wani va endla leswaku a xitandini ku va doroba hi ndlela yaleyo. Tsundzuka leswaku xin'wana na xin'wana lexi xi vonaka namuntlha xi ri lexikulukumba, siku rin'wana a xo va miehleketo kumbe a xo va norho a miehleketweni ya munhu un'wanyana. A hi tweneni van'wani va lava va tirhaka koho va chivirikaka andhawini yo fana leyi, leswaku loko va vulavula vona va ri yini.
Lebitso la ka ke nna Mpho Mokwele, ke tswa gona mo Gamashashane Bersart. Le nna ke o mongwe wa bašomi ba ka mo Dobbs Fountains. Ke bereka as a manager ka mo Dobbs as a whole. Ke nna ke manager dilo. Mr. Ledwaba ke motho le goreng o na le lethabo, o na le lerato, ene ga a fele pelo. Re na le se le gore ra se tlhoka mo go yena, re ya go yena ra mo kgopela, o ba kgona go re thuša. Go tswa go nna le bašomi ba gage, re re a gole go feta moki, tše di botse fela di mo hlagele ka gare ga bophelo ba gage le dilo tše a di direlang batho. Ke a leboga.
Nna kwena Matlala, dula mo Phetole ga Matlala. Ke mo Dobbs Fountain because ke kwela mo tšhomi engwe ya this place it doesn't too much, and nna personally ke botho le reng ke rata a very, very, very safe place. And then keep and my experience is a 5-star. And ke rata layout, ke rata, design and everything. Because when I do swimming pool, say 3, and then rena the adults, more sighting A1, and then the height on. I finally and the experience is so amazing because there's music, there's alcohol, and really and then parking area is secured. Really, the security personnel, and then those people which are the life cards, they make sure like they make sure like every now and then everything is about, and then those and then overall I'm just so happy, and yes, I would recommend it anybody who has that experience, and they should really do come here because now overall experience it's so amazing. I love this place, and I can recommend more but site because yes, mo di but this by far, this is amazing. This is amazing. I rata play cake, and I'd recommend it to anybody.
Eka vayingiseri vo rhandzeka va Vision FM hi mi tivisa leswaku Wavumune na Sonta hi ta mi tlangela vunanga bya gospel ntsena. Mi nga mi vona ku inyana so mi ready na 1 2 3 4 Hina Strictly Gospel. Gospel music eka Vision FM. Tlangela tinsimu leti nga ta tlakusa moya wa wena. U ta kateka u katekile.
Shananze anje kutula vulombe kuranza Yesu.
Un'wana na un'wana na Sonta ntsena eka Vision FM.
Chana bananga hiyagatata hitaya bona chimbanga mavokweni ya hosi.
Mingzeriwa kahle wa Vision FM ifamsa sweswo timinete khume mune ku nga si ba awara liya ya khume laha hi nga ta va hi gimeta nongonoko Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike, kasi ni ri na muyeni wa mina Mr. Malisela Matthews Ledwaba loyi ku vula ntiyiso migingiriko ya yena yi ngo lava siku hinkwaro ku bula hi yona, kambe ni pfumela swinene leswaku hi le ku tiphineni hi le ku dyondzeni swo karhi. Ni vona Kateko Msima nga ku this is powerful. Mr. Ledwaba brought the city to the village. May God bless him. Very true. And then Sipelong saying, you are sent by God, Mr. Ledwaba. Very true. This being God sent. Priscilla Maingai saying, this is powerful and humbling, such humility. Very true. Mingzeriwa kahle wa Vision FM hi leswi hi nga swi endlaka. And Mr. Ledwaba mpuche mo tate, and then Sisirandu Mboweni baku so much amazing. Very true, sis, is so amazing. Says Glory Gombok, may God bless his businesses. Very true. Mr. Ledwaba aribulele ka uri these fountains o di thomile neng and ke eng se se dirileng gore o di thome and o di berekile bjang, o kry-ile tšhelete kae mona wešo ka gore ntho e ke toropo ya re lebeletse, ntho e too much. Re bolelele hanyane gore how did this come about and how did you think of doing it, and did you really have what expertise? Because when I look at the establishment, it's like you brought experts from another world to come and establish it. You know, the way is so re bolelele mona wešo ka diminetsanyana tše di searching, re bolelele re ikwe gore na ntho e re ka e dira kwa hangwa metwa, or e dirwa fela ka Malisela Ledwaba now, or is it something possible? Is it something doable? But tell us, where did it start and how did you manage to put together so a powerful establishment like this?
Drops Fountain was started in 2019.
2019.
Yes. It took me only 1 year to complete Drops.
Sure.
Drops was not funded by the government. It was done from my pocket. And I didn't plan. I didn't put the money, like say we are budgeting to do something. Every day when I got maybe 5 rand, I buy cement. When I got 3 rand, I buy this. That's how I started that. And most of things, I've done it myself. What you see, the gardening, I've done it myself. And the designing of drops was done by myself. So there's nobody who came then, an architect, to design drops. Drops was done by me, myself. So everything, I design it. And I don't have that thing of writing things down and drawing. I sit, I look down, then I start. That's how I design. I don't sit and do the drawings and whatever. All the things I say, stand there. From this corner to that corner, that's where I need my things. And nobody's going to tell me what and there. So that's how I started my things. There's nobody who can say that. Yes, it's I just corner. The cabbage la ba di bona nja di design ke nna ke no keva. As motho mo. And if I don't want things for ibe mo, a ke nya ke re ibe mo. So it's things tse le gore di diragetse, but because I believe that God is the one who's directing me how to do things. It's not me, because what I've done, it's impossible. Even the municipality cannot do that. It's impossible. And I'm proud of it because I know they can call the architects from different, charge so much millions, but they cannot do what I've done because it's God's will. So if it's God's way, that's how it is even now. It's not like other. You cannot compare the place that we have done compared to others. You cannot do that because God is within me. He's directing me. He's the one who's helping me with finance. People, they always think maybe I got partnership. Yes, I got one. It's God. It's my partnership. I don't have another one. So they believe maybe there's white or what. I always tell the people that I got only one partnership, and it's the only one who's directing me. He's giving me instruction.
Wow.
He's only one is God.
Ke wana lead it for more. Tell us, the blending of animals, nature, water features, swimming pools, and all that. Just tell us a little bit, what was in your mind when you put all this together?
They are not familiar to animals. They can only see on the TV because we are from different background of our families, you see. So Abakaskuman opportunity to see this is a lion, this is a zebra. So let me bring them close, then they can touch and see them. If they say zebra, it's brownish and it's long leg like that. So when they're going to meet the live one, then it's going to be easy for them to understand.
Sure.
And fountains. I know they drive, they go to Bela Bela just to see there's water going up and that and that. But is it difficult for us to have these kind of things? No, it's not difficult. That's why I brought fountains. So the children's, even if the children from town, they start pranking about a fountain. They say, that thing is dead home. You see, so those children, they growing, learning and understanding what we are talking about. So that is the importance of me bringing these things to our community, so they can be exposed to whatever is there.
Wow. Mr. Ledwaba, ntho e nngwe e ke itsebang ka batho ba creative, low dreamer like yourself, kore aba felele. Where are you headed to? Ke eng se sengwe se o nyakang o bona se ntse se direga?
As we speak, I applied for an agricultural college last year during before COVID, but it was towards COVID to get an accreditation of an agricultural college. God answered my prayer because I realized most people, they want to do farming, but because they don't have a background of farming. And I've realized our government, they always encouraging people to do farming. You cannot do farming without a background. So I've realized that, you know what, knowing that farming is a lifetime investment, I need to teach our youngsters to farm so we can have a food security. And I've realized that they will be doing practicals. Hence, I got farms.
Oh, yes.
So I will be teaching them the theory. At the same time, they will be doing practicals. And my vision, which is going to be, is an implementation plan. Me, I don't have a plan. I got an implementation plan. I need these students, after I finish, to teach them, train them. I need to give them lands so they can do training for themselves. From there, they need to manufacture, produce those products and give it to me so I can distribute. So I will be buying from the student so they can start employing themselves. I need to create more jobs, even themselves, to create more jobs. I don't want to see them like depending on others. I need for them to start their own farming in my farm. So is what I always tell that people, they're still going to see that things are possible.
Things are possible.
And things, the way I think, they're going to work. And that one, it will be happening next year when we open. Next year, Ledwaba will be owning an agricultural college. Go Mahaim. The same place where we're talking will be having a college, meaning we are talking about economy. There will be lots of transportation. There's lots of things that will be involved, which it will be helping our people. And at the same time, we'll be creating jobs for the people. So there's lots which is still going to help our community and our youth for jobs.
That's powerful.
And another thing which will be happening next year, we need to have a place like Cricket Club, where we'll be making sure that the festivals, no more in Polokwane, they will be coming to Dwabs. So all the Mapungube, Chess Festival, all the Motsepe Festival, all the festivals, we need to change the mentality that Komahain, things are possible and they will be there. What we are saying is not a dream. We're not dreaming. It's something that they will see. And I believe for having those things, there will be lots of job creation in our society. So, and then at the same time, we'll be having lots of food security while we empower our students. And we will be helping people that they don't have experience. You know, like UNISA, they're doing theory. We will be allowing those students to come to our farm to do practicals. So even when they apply for jobs, then they will be having the so-called experience.
Yes.
So we allowing that to happen way.
Sure.
So we really need to change the mentality of people that things they're going to be happening. Let's change the mentality of town. And you know, I really believe if we can change that mentality of judging people and supporting one another, I think we can win the battle. I think we can win the battle.
In fact, when we talk rural development, this is rural development practically. This is no talk shop or lip service, but this is rural development at its best. And then maybe while we left with just 1 minute, what would you love to say to South Africa? What would you love to say to Africa? What would you love to say to rural communities? You know, many people do not see. That's why we've got urbanization. We've got a lot of squatter camps near cities because people want jobs. And when government talks of rural development, I don't know, also it's like they've been talking too much, but there was no initiative that would really show. Because one other thing that I think is very important is for people to start doing things and then government supports them. Because when government start doing things, people think they don't value it, they don't own it. Sometimes they leave it. We've got structures that were built, they are not used. We've got places which government said we are doing this project, but it is not owned. People do not own it. But when people start doing things like you're doing, you have the passion, you've got all it takes to take care of it. And but then the end of the day is job creation. The end of the day, it makes the community to be healthy, because if we don't have entertainment areas, also no health. If we don't have food that we produce, food security at stake. What would you love to say to South Africa? What would you love to say to the villages? Bulela lima mahayeng, because umutu wa mahayeng and uchia toropo wa itsencha mahayeng. Cabinet is searching one issue.
What I like to say to our people, that first, if we can respect each other, if we can love one another, if we can value ourselves, if we can support one another, there's lots of things to be done. There's no difference between Komahain and Likotropo. It's people, they're coming from the farms, they go to town to create things. So why ourselves we cannot create things? Komahain. And there is a message which I need to deliver to all the pastors. To all the pastors, that charity begins at home. Please don't preach what you cannot do. I believe each and every church was supposed to do what I'm doing. With the teeth, you calling the teeth or what, I don't know. The money that you receive is the money that you were supposed to buy things for the needy. Is the money that you need to buy for the school uniforms for the people. You need to practice that. If you see somebody doesn't have a house to sleep in, he's still in the shack. The church is the one that, because they're practicing everything from there, they are the one that they have to start.
Yes.
They are the one that has to start practicing what they preach.
That's
but
a powerful message.
If they cannot do that, then we're going to have a problem. And another thing that I need to highlight, I know we are busy now going to the voters. Don't lie to yourself. Don't think you are lying to the people. You're lying to yourself, because you're promising what you don't have. How can you promise? You don't have money, but you promise that you're going to build a house. Can you build a house while you don't have money? There's things that we need to understand. Let's try to help one another. Let's try to develop our villages. If we can do that, I think we can build a better future. And I'm still saying to the people from the village, please, I know it's our mentality from our grandfathers, our grandmothers. Don't judge. How ka phela o re ke ngwana man he was born, I mean it is taking modimo mo lefatsheng. So support one another.
Yes.
And if we can work as a team, we can build our community.
Powerful.
And I believe, my pastor, there's nothing impossible. Everything is possible with God.
Yeah.
And I believe those people that they are staying Komahain, they're always saying maybe they seeing themselves as they got something like power. That let that power, let them invest that power that they're calling themselves, they got power. Invest in their communities. If the community doesn't have water, make sure with that little money that you got, just get a drilling machine from them, pay for that, for so the people they can have water. Don't wait for the government this, who's the government? Because I voted, meaning that my vote, it means that I'm a government. So there's things that you need to start yourself so you can respect. Because like now we're banning schools because we didn't even pop our cent. When you remember the olden days, our fathers, they were contributing something. So you couldn't ban that school because
the community,
our parents,
the community will stand up.
Will stand up for that.
Yeah.
So even ourselves, that's what I'm encouraging, that you know what, we know that there's little that we get. Let's involve ourselves in this community, our own community. Stop blaming the government. So let's help one another so we can achieve more.
Sure. That's Malisela, Matthews, Teroy, Ledwaba. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Vision FM bangser bakahle taking 5 minutes ya n'wina kambe a ni vona leswaku wanuna loyi a heta a vulavula kahle a kongomisa marito lama aka hina ngopfungopfu le makaya tikereke hambi ku ri van'wamabindzu hambi ku ri majaha ni tintombi lava hi humaka emigangeni ya ku hambanahambana loko u humelerile n'wana mhani a wu swi humelela loko u nga si endla xin'wana lexi pfunaka van'wanyani vanhu amatlhelweni ya wena tanihi kereke vutihlamuleri byi le ka hina hakunene leswaku xana hi endla yini hi vanhu lava va sweleke xana ho langutisa ntsena hi tshika switetani ke loko ho endla swin'wana kwala hi nga kona swin'wana swilo swi ta endleka leswi ni tsundzuxa mfundhisi Ntsako Eric Maluleke loyi a akeke tiyindlu a akela vanhu va ku tala swinene loyi a feedaka vanhu lava nga na ndlala mhaka leyiwani mingiseri wa kahle wa Vision FM a yi endliwi hi ku va munhu a ri na mali yi endliwa hi ku va munhu a ri na mbilu xikwembu loko xi vona mbilu ya wena xi vona migingiriko ya wena xi ta ku nyika leswi faneleke leswaku u pfuna van'wanyana hi marito malama ntakuri a tlheleleni Adonai Street and then Kevlon Matebula aku tohisa kasi loko swi ri tano I want to say to all my friends on Facebook and you on YouTube, I trust that you have had a great and an awesome time listening to this giant, from our rural communities, a man who's selfless, a man who goes all out to develop other people, to create employment, to create businesses with a very open and a very generous heart and changing and touching lives. And I would love to say, I trust that you are challenged. I trust that you are provoked to good works. And of course, I would love to take this time and appreciate you all, my friends on Facebook, for your comments. And I appreciate you all also for watching. I trust that Rome was not built in a day. Do something right where you are with what you have. And like he said, nothing is impossible with God. He said some very powerful, very foundational things. If we can love each other, if we can support each other, if we can stand together, we'll achieve great things. And I want to say, let's practice that. If we'll just join hands, I don't care how many we are, but we'll really move mountains. We'll really do great things. And Suchauke saying, Mr. Ledwaba, may the Lord protect you, bless you. I'm inspired. Thank you, Pastor, for always bringing such powerful businessmen. And I would love to say again, because when we listen to Mr. Ledwaba, please, you were not just born to be employed. You can also grow. You start by being employed. He was employed. Employment gives us an opportunity to learn, to train, to have some principles in place. But think, dream, because God has put some stuff in you. And unless you bring it out, it will die with you. And when you bring it out, like he said, over 95 people will get jobs. And may God bless you. And please, I trust that this was not just a talk shop, but this was a provocation to good works. Thank you all. I appreciate you for being part of this life-changing program, Streams of Life on Vision FM. And for your information, we're also live on Bold Moves Radio, and you can also get this session on Bold Moves Radio YouTube. And of course, you can also always get it on my Facebook page. Thank you so very much. I love you all, and I appreciate you all. And I know that you are inspired. and your life will never be the same. Thank you so very much. And to my guest, Mr. Malisela Methus Ledwaba, thank you so very much. You have provoked us to good works, and our lives will never be the same. And of course, you will mentor many of us. I want to be mentored. Like I was on a tractor today, man. It was hot, but I was plowing because I know we have to put our hands into something. It is only when we have something that we can give. You know, with the produce that I produce, I remember when I had a lot of spinach. You know what? When people came to church, I said, you have got spinach. Take spinach home. You cannot give if you don't have, and you cannot have if you do not do something. Do something, God will bless you, and you'll be able to give even to others. Thank you so very much, my guests. You have been so awesome. You have been so powerful, and you have touched and changed our lives. As for me, you have to mentor me on farming. You have to mentor me on a lot of things, and I'll really follow you very closely, because I know I've got a brother who can take me by his hand and help me to realize my dreams and to realize that we can make it happen. Thank you so very much, family. Good night to you all. This was Streams of Life on Vision FM with Pastor Strike, and of course, live also on Bold Moves Radio. A blessed evening.